Anger, frustration, and outrage. Those are just some of the words being used to describe the feelings of Hoboken residents following last Thursday's arrest of Hoboken Mayor Peter Cammarano on federal corruption charges. Cammarano was one of 44 people arrested by the FBI and agents from the IRS Criminal Investigation Division in the largest corruption sting operation in New Jersey history. Cammarano, who is out on bail, is accused of accepting $25,000 in cash bribes from an undercover cooperating witness, Monmouth County businessman Solomon Dweck. On Friday, Cammarano proclaimed his innocence and said he will not resign from the office he has held for less than 1 month. A huge protest is being held outside of Hoboken City Hall at this hour, demanding the mayor's resignation. 2 days after 100 residents protested outside of Cammarano's Bloomfield Street home. Earlier today, Hudson News Edition got reaction from some of the city's residents, members of Hoboken Revolt, who expressed shock that the youngest mayor in Hoboken history was refusing to step down.
Everyone is entitled in America to be innocent until proven guilty, and we're not opining on these charges because that's not our role. What we strongly believe is that he cannot effectively rule the city. All of his decisions, all of his activities will be called into question because of the charges that are hanging over his head, and also because of some of the statements that he's made about the Hispanics and the Italians and the seniors and how they're going to back him no matter what, even if he's indicted. His statements about how he would appoint people to the boards, that he's going to appoint people who are his friends, who are going to behave in the manner in which he wants them to behave. And more importantly, his statements about grinding into powder people who haven't been with him. That's not the inclusive nature that we need to get this city back on track.
I don't see how he can actually run the city with no trust or faith from the community standing behind him. I'm appalled that this happened. I'm amazed that it happened within 20 days of his inauguration, and I think it's a disgrace. I think it's a disgrace to Hoboken, and I think it's a disgrace to Italian Americans, of which I am one. I think this is just perpetuating the horrible stereotype that people have of Italian Americans, especially in the state of New Jersey. I also find it appalling that our entire city council has not condemned this behavior, and for me, if you don't condemn it, you're condoning it.
We have a mayor with a fortress mentality, and we have a citizenry that started a spontaneous rally tonight. Hoboken Revolt did not initiate this, we're joining it. And the message is clear, is that Hoboken can't function while he's in office, because when you're arrogant and condescending about the people who live in your town, it's time to take a hike.
Mayor Cammarano was elected under the banner of bringing real change to the city, and instead what he has brought is a failure to govern, and he has to step down. We must do what's right for the city, and that has to happen immediately.
The nature of the complaint against him really goes to the heart of his job as mayor, and I feel that every decision that he makes as mayor is going to be in question, rightly or wrongly. That is the situation that he's under, and I think, the community is extremely concerned about this, and I think it's for the best of the community that he make a decision to resign, and I'm saddened to hear that he's deciding for right now not to resign, and I hope that he will reconsider, because again, I think it is in the best interest of Hoboken residents that he make that decision.
In addition to Hoboken Council President Dawn Zimmer, Governor John Corzine, who lives in the Mile Square City, as well as City Council members Peter Cunningham, Ravi Bala, Dave Mello, and Beth Mason, have formally called for Mayor Cammarano's resignation.